Hello everybody, hope you're doing well and welcome to this crypto analysis video where we are going to be going over the current state of the charts, the current short trade that I am in and what I am looking for next. So I hope that you enjoy this one. I'm going off the back of a lot of requests of when's the next altcoin stream, when's the next altcoin stream, when's the next live stream, when's the next live stream, when's the next live stream. Been very, very busy if I'm totally honest with you. And so I had, I probably have about 15 minutes, half an hour here. So I just thought I'll come live, give you a quick update, take some questions, have some fun in the chat and make sure everybody is hunky-dory. So hello everybody. I hope that you are truly doing well. And yeah, let's get straight into it because I don't have too long. So yeah, really simply, as you saw or have seen, I am in a short trade right now on Bitcoin. I will give a very easy to understand explanation why. And if you are a champion member, of course, you already know this information. But for everybody else, I'm going to go through it very briefly. Really simply today, as we've been aware of all week, we have the CPI data release. That CPI data release coming in at exactly 1:30 UK time. And this is a very well-known statistic, I think. If you don't know it, well, now you're about to know. But whenever we see CPI data, we always look for that reversal. Okay, so we actually had Severin go live trading for the CPI. So he was live trading the CPI. I gave an update as soon as we saw this pump off of the CPI. And really simply for me, we saw the pump literally to the minute, 1:30 p.m. we saw a pump to the upside, but really simply ending in a swing failure pattern. And I know the statistic, when we see a pump on CPI, we look for the reversal, just as if we had seen a dump on CPI data release, well then I'd look for the long, right? But we saw the pump on CPI data release ended in a simple swing failure pattern trade. And as I told my team again, there's no hindsight live in the time. As soon as I take it, I'm telling my team that is now where I am taking a nice short trade here. Okay, I'm going off of the CPI data release while simultaneously just understanding, well, this is a swing failure pattern. What more could I want? Okay, what more could I want on that data release, right? So it's kind of a simple trade. We had the entry around 59,200, and of course we've just been bringing this down and bringing this down. As I tell my team, how I love swing failure pattern trades. Honestly, we've not seen it for a while, right? But here we are netting today, currently $800 of profit. The several ways you could have managed this trade. You could have already hit take profit one. Absolutely yes. You can throw your stop loss down in profits. That's another acceptable strategy that you could be going for here. And I'll give a little bit more explanation of what you could be looking for next. But yeah, that's the way how I got my entry today. Not anything out of the ordinary. You've seen me take this trade 1,000 times, if not more. Swing failure pattern of previous day high. And this was just icing on the cake that it happened right on CPI data. If you go on the 1 minute chart here, you can see for yourselves the data release 1:30 p.m. UK time. You're going to see this move to the upside 1:30 p.m. UK time. And that is why, we are not fundamental. I'm not a fundamental trader, but I am very much aware of these news releases. Why? Because, well, you get volatility on that time. We look for the reversal. That was 1:30 p.m. UK swing failure pattern. You can see zero hindsight. I'm posting in my group straight away. As soon as I'm taking that short, around 5 minutes later, I got filled on a limit order. So there's the initial candle, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here is where the post is in the Discord. And this is what happened next. Made our way down, made our way down, made our way down, made our way down, even more, made our way down. And here we are making our way down even more. So you can see the reaction that we had from there all the way down to the yesterday's daily naked point of control. So yeah, that pays to get in when the champs get in, right? So yeah, so what are we looking at next then? So really simply, we actually have now a little bit of a range forming over the past 24 hours, right? So we started to reclaim yesterday this daily naked point of control. This is where I took another short. I did take a short on live stream yesterday. And we hit this lovely take profit 150%. And then we made our way back up to, really simply, we could view that as the top of the range. And now this is around the lower of the range. So what we can do is remove this and start to say to ourselves on a lower term time frame, okay, from the daily perspective right now, we have around that range high, right? And we have around this range low. Okay, so we've made our way down from the lows to the highs, ever so slight higher low, right? And that was obviously on several levels of confluence. So we had yesterday, previous day point of control, daily naked point of control, previous day equilibrium. So we found that support there for another rise to the upside, swing failure pattern, and now, of course, looking to make its way back down to the low of this range once more. Okay, so this naturally could be where you could be locking in take profit 2 if you have not already hit take profit 1. But take profit 1, take profit 2 towards the lower of the range. Intraday, what could we be looking for a local side of strength? I think at the very least reclaim this VWAP, right? So currently we got the VWAP, as you can see here, now lining up on the middle of the channel. So of course my short entry is all the way up here. So what I'll be looking at is if we reclaim the middle of the channel and the VWAP today, then I will close that short in profits. Alternatively, my preferred scenario, of course, is looking towards the low of this range, where I personally would be looking in that take profit 1. I have not hit my take profit 1 yet. I have given ideas of where people already could have. Okay, so you absolutely could have hit take profit 1 now. There's been several opportunities. I myself like to go for those max profits, right? So yeah, we'll see if it pays or not, but that's what I'm looking for next. But you can understand here, I'm not ultra bullish, I'm not ultra bearish. I'm just looking for trades, high probability setups, get in, get out of the market, take your profits and move on to the next trade type deal. Day trader Daniel is obviously back in action. So let's zoom out a little bit. I can give you a little bit of a more medium-term time frame perspective. And by the way, everybody, if you do have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'll be around for probably I can stick around here for 15 or so minutes. So yeah, any questions you may have, ask away. And yeah, I will do my best to answer your questions, my friends. But yeah, obviously on the more medium-term time frame here on the 4-hour chart, as mentioned yesterday, actually, do have the anchored VWAP slightly below us too, right? So that local channel that I just was pointing out to you, where we have this local channel low, local channel high. You can see that anchored VWAP lines up around the low of this channel. That's why I would really like to see it hit, because then we can make, again, always informed decision. Do we come down here and see weakness for continuation to the downside, or do we come down to this anchored VWAP, get some support found, and then reclaim the VWAP, let's say, and then we look for that reversal from here? So I just like it when I see the low of these like local channels lining up with an already important, for myself anyway, level of support. We can see now the updated fixed range pool, because this will have had new data. So that point, okay, we're sat now on the point of control. So neither bullish nor bearish, I would say this. We are just simply at this range of the zone of the point of control. Okay, so that's all I would say now. I would not say this is neither bullish nor bearish, really. So yeah, we're just at the point of control of the range. So that's just something to bear in mind. We are now back once again below the monthly VWAP. So this is obviously a very important, if you know my style of trading, this is an important level. And we currently have a little bit of bullish divergences. So yeah, you do have a little bit of bullish divergences. This was really nice for all you CCV traders out here today. We did have the daily open. We reclaimed previous day value area low, and the top of the move today was, of course, at that previous day value area high. So you had the CCV acceptance, 30-minute, 2 consecutive closes, CCV activated. At this point around here, you have got the official target of previous day value area high. You come up, you hit previous day value area high as you are simultaneously hitting previous day high on the swing failure pattern, right? So you coming into long targets, people would have longed this yesterday up to target. That target is hit. You got people taking profits on their longs, and also people taking short trades, right? So there was a lot of reasons of, how the way they just ended on CPI data. Like I say, icing on the cake. So, yeah, next level for me absolutely will be the anchored VWAP at the low of this channel. And then, as I will always do, make an informed decision, look at the order flow. Yeah, look at that order flow and really analyze, what am I looking at next here? Am I looking for a nice reversal from support, or do we actually just look for a simple continuation to the downside? So, yeah, let me take some of these questions. So, does Atom have any hope? Does Atom have any hope? I do feel there's a very big, we could say, need on Bitcoin here. So if Atom is to perform, we do need to see Bitcoin see some strength. Okay, so I will just say this. Atom has come down to the previous range point of control support from 2019, 2020. So this is, of course, a nice support swing failure pattern of the 2022 lows too. But it should be kind of understood that one would like to see strength in Bitcoin for Atom to get some strength here too, right? So if Bitcoin starts, let's say, again, I'm not saying this is happening, but let's say Bitcoin starts to fall down here and heads down towards, levels such as $40,000, even $49,000, well, then you could expect, again, there's no guarantees, but you could expect that means Atom is going to be heading back down towards $4. Okay, whereas Bitcoin finds some strength here or sideways, that's where we can start to see some strength in Atom. So yeah, the question, does Atom have any hope? I would say yes, in terms of we have hit an important support back from 2019, 2020, the previous range point of control. But for it to now actually get continuation follow through, few things that we need to see, right? At the very least, let's change this 1-day market structure. So we still remain in like bearish market structure on the higher term timeframes. So we would, of course, at the very least, like to see that changed and into the value area low of the range from the May 2022. So there are a few steps required here to what I would say see some strength in Atom. Because at the moment, yeah, it obviously doesn't have that. So if we see those things, then I would say Atom has more hope. At the moment, yeah, it's a little bit of, let's say, a lot of hope needed. So that's what I'd be saying for there. There you go, my friend, on Atom. But yeah, nice to hit that previous range point of control support. But until you get the market structure change off of that, yeah, not too hopeful, let's say. So yeah, that was the first question that come in. 1618 down to, let's take a look where the 1618 comes in. So we had a comment here saying 1618 down to $49,000. So this would be, I would say you're looking at this pull. So let me just do this. So you're looking from the high down to the low, up to the high. Let's hide, and hide. Of course, we bounced off the 1-to-1 at the moment. Let's look at the 1618 here. And that's coming in at, yes, $43,000 on the Bybit chart. This for me would be a ultra bearish scenario, because obviously I have support around 49, 47. If we hit 43, this is extremely bearish. I am not so bearish at the moment, looking for a price such as $43,000. So yeah, the 1618 does sit at around $43,000, $44,000, but I currently am not looking for that price. Primarily because we are currently above what I feel is an important support around 56,000, which would be currently still a third touch setup, right? The low fake out retest. If we start to lose 56k, then yeah, I would entertain those prices. But here around 57,400, I'm currently not entertained. Well, of course, I'm aware of that could happen, right? But I'm also in short trades, right? So if it happens, it's not the end of the world for me. But nevertheless, what I'm looking for, while we're above that support, I would still like to see that test of at least psychological 60,000. But yeah, really would like to see $61,000 tested. But yeah, lose that third touch support, then yeah, I could. That's when I would maybe start to entertain those lower targets. But of course, I wouldn't be looking straight down to 44k. But yeah, as it stands, I am not leaning that bearish yet for $44,000. Appreciate you going live. I said in a comment yesterday that live would be good after CPI today. You are more than welcome, my friend. And I will just say this. If you did want to see a live stream during the actual CPI release, we did have Coach Severin going live today, literally right on the CPI release. So you could have seen him taking trades, talking through the price action, all live in the time. Yeah, so shout out to Severin for doing that for the team. But yeah, here we also have a live stream after the fact on YouTube, right? So What about the anchored VWAP? For me, the anchored VWAP is just an important level of support. So this is the question what we just had about $44,000, right? For me, we're above that third touch setup level, and of course, we are above the uptrends from the low on Friday, anchored VWAP too. So what I mean, for me, this is just an important support level period. Okay, this is just an important support. So for me, this is a lovely place where I'd love to take profit on my short. I'd even like to look to scalp a long trade there. If we lose this support, well then yeah, I can understand that is more bearish for myself. Again, not necessarily for new lows. Again, I am a level to level trader. We literally have the daily and naked point of control just below us here. Okay, which would still be holding, because what I'm looking at here is these higher lows, and we are at the moment forming higher highs and higher lows. So this is just what it means to be like a trader that thinks in probabilities. There are no 100% guarantees, but why would I? Let's just say this: why would I look for $44,000 while we have anchored VWAP? Or we have this support here. Okay, price can come down to here. Look at this: higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Could come down to here, find support, and look at this: we feel a higher high, higher high, higher high. So price is making higher highs. It is making currently higher lows. So why would I look for $44,000 when I've got an important support above that? Right? That my style of trading would say, not going to be looking for $44,000 when I got a local support here, which I feel is very important. So yeah, that is, for that question, that is what the anchored VWAP is. And I am placing that as a very important support level for myself. And that is taken from the low of the move to the downside on the 5th of July. Okay. Daniel, how to join you in Discord? I have the question here: how to join the Discord. I will post a link right now, my friend. Let me just get the link and I will post it in the chat, so you and anybody else interested can join the Discord. Let me get this. This is obviously free, this link to join, so let me just get it for you a second. Copy, and I will post that for you right now. That is the link to join the Discord. That is a free link. If you want to get access to the Champions Discord, of course, this is a separate package. And for that, yeah, chartchampions.com, you can sign up as a champion. And that's where you get access to, of course, all the live trading streams and this Discord section here. Okay, there's obviously a difference between the paid and free sections. Paid section, you get access to everything on the website, all the live streams, all the course, all the learning library, everything indeed. But yeah, there's the Discord link for you, my friends. What other things do we have? Oh, this is a good question actually, while we got some time here. So Dan, why don't you trade as much the ES? Honestly, I just find crypto is all I need right now. I know a lot of people were trading like NASDAQ right now. A lot of people trading ES right now, like those futures. But for me, I just have no need, let's say, to trade those markets. I am very successfully trading Bitcoin right now. Done another live stream yesterday. So champions, if they were watching that, I done a live stream yesterday where that ended in another nice profitable trade. Try and find it. Here is my stream. This is a trade I took yesterday for 1 Bitcoin. Ended in profits today. Another trade, another win. So for me, really simply, why am I not trading ES as much? I'm trading crypto well, as I have been for years now. So I just feel it's like one of those things that don't change what's working. And yeah, for me, it is as simple as that. I love to trade crypto. I trade well crypto, so I have no real desire or need to go and trade the ES or the NQ right now. Yeah, while I'm enjoying crypto trading so much. So that is my honest answer, and that is literally the only answer, just because, yeah, I kind of don't need to be trading ES right now. Trade it if I really wanted to. And of course, Igor and Severin are very focused on the futures from the stocks, right? So we do cover in great depth, the ES and the NQ, if you do like trading them. But me, yeah, I'm much more of the crypto boy. Since like 5 years now, I went full crypto. Let me see if we got any other questions in here. This is a cool comment here. Dan, your excitement for trading always inspires me. You treat it like it's a game, and you're definitely one of the best players I've ever seen. Learning from you is learning from one of the best. Shukram. Shout out to you, Shukram. Thank you ever so much. And actually, if you see one of the shorts we uploaded today, this is a YouTube short. Yeah, I compare how amazing. Honestly, I shout out to all the gamers watching this because I truly feel you have an advantage in trading. Listen, honestly, if you are good at gaming, I truly believe you can be a good trader, and you just automatically have a little advantage over someone that's not a gamer. So yeah, recommendation: go out and become a gamer, right? But no, I'm being serious though. I honestly do feel that I had a massive advantage. Not I don't know if advantage is the right word, I suppose, but I had a much easier process in becoming a trader through being a gamer first. I think that it makes the transition is like makes things easier, like the way my brain processes the numbers. Like I have no attachment to these numbers, and I know a lot of people, they start trading with thousands of dollars, and they their trade, they just don't trade as well as they increase their position sizes and stuff. So yeah, for me, like that's one factor, but also the factor of being able to spend a lot of time in front of the computer, the understanding of different tools. And I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to go into too much details, but for example, this is my if we're looking at the mage build right now in Elden Ring, this is my Comet Azure right here. This is my Comet. This is my Night Comet. And here we go, 3 different tools for different scenarios. This is my shield. You get the picture, right? I just think that being a gamer kind of just helped me, in the process of trading. And I really mean that. Lee Summers, hello, my friends. How are you, Lee? And he says, hi, Dan, you hope you're well. It looks to me like the higher term time frame ABC correction 1-to-1 is complete in wave 4. Would you agree? I will cover that for you. Absolutely. So the question here is, have we completed this 1-to-1 Elliott wave ABC? So let's just hide this, hide this, hide this, hide this, and hide this, and add back on that. So the question is, have we completed this ABC here? And of course, if we're looking at this as a 3-wave structure, this is a hard to see 3 waves, but let's just put a B up here, maybe A, B, C. Although we took the high here, so yeah, A, B. Let me just bear with me literally 2 seconds. Yeah, the thing is, this obviously ends in a SFB. I mean, it's by a few dollars, so it is what it is. I don't think many. Yeah, it is what it is, right? But you did have that tiny SFB, ABC. So obviously for this, you look for the 1-to-1, right? So the top of the A, bottom of the A, top of the B. And we came down to the 1-to-1. So the question is wave 4 in. I feel that, of course, this was a nice pivot off of the 1-to-1 for that ABC. But for me to really have high confidence in this being in, we need to see a few factors, right? We need to see, I would say at the very least, value, well, not at the very least, but value area low reclaim would be nice. My personal preference would be $61,000. I've been barking on about 61,000 being very important. At the very least, let's say 60,000 psychological, okay, to be reclaimed. But as it stands, so that what I'm saying here is, can we have seen this ABC finished here? Absolutely yes. But until we get above these resistances, it's still one of those things, as you'll know, Lee, thinking in probabilities, we could still say that it's 60-40 to the downside. So more probable downside, simply because of all the resistance that we have above us. Again, we have some local resistances here. But in terms of what's stronger, this anchored VWAP, let's say, or the value area low of the range, well, of course, the value area low is going to be a stronger level than this local anchored VWAP, right? So that's why it would be 60-40 to the downside. So we recognize the potential of an ABC correction finished here. But for that to go 60-40 downside to 40-60 upside, more higher probabilities to the upside, we want to start to see some very significant levels of resistance reclaimed as support. Until then, one has to be cautious. Let's just say that. I think cautious is a good word. Another question here is, what is the highest expectation I have for Bitcoin this year? What do I think the highest price of Bitcoin could be this year? Yeah, you will know, and I do have serious higher targets. Once this correction that we are in here finishes, I really believe Bitcoin can hit six figures. Like I do believe $100,000. I don't think we're going to hit anything like $1 million or anything like that. But I do think it's very realistic between $90,000 and $100,000. This year, I wouldn't be too focused on whether it happens this year or next year. For me, that is very dependent on how this correction goes, right? So, yeah, I think the target, the upper target, once this correction finishes, and remember this correction currently, as I've just said, still is a 60-40 to the downside. So I'm not classing this correction as finished. But once this correction finishes, which could take another few months, once we finish this correction, I would be, of course, looking for continuation to the upside. And yeah, really, I think it's absolutely plausible and realistic that we can come up to, $100,000 zone on Bitcoin. It's like front runs, but, around at $100,000. I think that's not an ultra bullish outcome, but a realistic, nice level based off of technical analysis that we can have. So yeah, that's what I would say. What I would class as like my highest level, which is realistic for new all-time highs. Oh man, I just saw a comment on Popcat. Popcat, yeah, is a very, haven't actually been trading it, but I have seen and been looking at Popcat. And yeah, if you like volatility, Popcat, by the way, everybody, is a very, very volatile coin. Every few days I see it up and down 10%. So I do have it here somewhere in the watch list. Just see this one. Yeah, I do have this here somewhere, Popcat. I have too many alts now. Anyway, yeah, Popcat, I do shout out. It is definitely a big volatility meme coin. I'm not actually trading it, no, but yeah, Popcat shout out. I'm trading this one, People Coin. This is the coin I'm trading right now, People Coin. I think it's probably a meme coin because if anybody knows what People Coin is, please tell me because I am trading it, but I have no idea what it is. But whether that's a meme coin or not, don't know. But People Coin, shout out to that. Why did you buy Nvidia all those years ago? Here we go. I'll do two more questions and then I think I'm going to wrap this up. We'll keep our eyes on this. But yeah, why did I get into Nvidia? Really simply, this, funny enough, was based off of the fundamentals. So yeah, I was a very, very early investor into Nvidia. I've been publicly bullish on this for years. Very publicly bullish on Nvidia. If you have followed me over the years, you will know. Could have done very well on Nvidia with me. But yeah, I was a very early investor in Nvidia, right? And it was honestly because of the fundamentals. I just recognized, and this was a time when I was not a stone cold trader like I am today, right? This was early in my journey. But I just recognized from the fundamentals, Nvidia just had no good competition. And so it just felt like it was an open space for, obviously I knew the potential of graphics cards, right? And this type of technology in a space where there was an opening for it, right? There was a lot of potential, a lot of ease, let's say. And it was a fundamental decision at the end of the day of just recognizing there's a space for this, there's a need for this. Nvidia seemed to be the up and coming company. Of course, we're nowhere near as big as they are now, but they were one of those up and coming companies. And it was just like, yeah, it was purely based off of a fundamental factor of I just had a good belief or a good feeling in that company based off of the actual product that they had, and we're looking to release more of, and pairing that with an ultra low competition. And even when you look back just a few years ago, Nvidia since then has done hundreds of percent to the upside. And this was even more obvious as time went on, right? You have AMD or Nvidia. Nvidia is on top of the game today as it has been on top of the game for the past decade, right? So they do the best graphics cards. The competition sucks. Sorry, AMD fanboys, but the competition in comparison sucks. And I've always just been an Nvidia fan. And so for me, based off of the fundamentals, and Nvidia was what got me into Bitcoin. So I'm not going to bore you all with the story because I've told it 100 times, but yeah, Nvidia also got me into crypto. So I owe Nvidia so much. So shout out to Nvidia. Nvidia changed my life, let's say. So love Nvidia. Shout out to those Elden Ring fans. I will say this: if you are liking the stream, hit that thumbs up button, give the thumbs up, give a quick like to the video if you'd be ever so kind. Every little helps, would appreciate it. If you're watching, tap that little thumbs up for me. How about that? And I'll take one more question before we wrap it up here. I just wanted to go live really more than anything, just to say hello. It's always nice to see some comments, some familiar faces. And so I'll take one more comment. I've given you my outlook on Bitcoin, the important level that I'm looking for my take profit. So we'll see if it's hit. And of course, the upside is the VWAP reclaim. Fresh orange juice for you. Can't beat it. Here we go. How about I answer this one very quickly? Hey Dan, ¿crees que el altcoin Algorand es bueno para swing trade? Yo voy a decir no. En mi opinión, algo no es un buen altcoin para swing trading. ¿Por qué? Porque el chart está bajando y bajando y bajando y bajando y bajando y bajando y bajando. Hay altcoins muchos mejores. Que están en un como uptrend, que yo diría es mucho mejor para swing trading. Por ejemplo, Pepe. Pepe es un muy buen altcoin para swing trading. Algorand, yo diría no. Hace años ya solo baja y baja y baja y baja y baja. Así que no, para mí no es el mejor. So there you go. Basically, I just said Algorand for me is not a good altcoin to swing trade because all it does is go down. I'd prefer to trade altcoins that are at least in nice, strong uptrends, like Pepe, let's say. No financial advice. Do your own research, but that's kind of what I would say on that. And I'll take this one. Daniel, you have improved the chart champions. That's why I stay being a member. You rock the charts, but mostly do his own analysis while learning from you a lot. That is the way that we recommend, absolutely. And we are very lucky. Shout out to the ref last night. Thanks for that penalty. Absolutely lucky. 100%. In my opinion, it wasn't a penalty. I would be extremely frustrated if I was a Netherlands fan, or even a football fan in general, because I personally don't think it was a penalty. So yeah, shout out to the ref that probably got bribed. Let's just say that. Shout out to that guy. But yeah, no, I appreciate this comment. Of course, it's an ongoing process, as always striving to be better, always striving to improve, always will listen to constructive criticism. People want to see more. If people want to give feedback, always open to listen to it, and always, simply looking to improve and get better. So, good to see that you can see that we are actively trying to make improvements and always just be the best that we possibly can, right? So thank you for that. Thank you for recognizing it. And for everybody else, I appreciate you joining in here. It was just a quick update to say hello, give you a quick update on the charts, my trade, what I'm looking for next in terms of support resistance, and just a lower time frame, analysis here. So hope you've enjoyed this one. Thank you ever so much. And if you want me every single day of the week, you can get me every single day of the week via chartchampions.com. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed. And yeah, that's me signing out of this one. Cheers, everybody, and have a good evening. Goodbye.